So I wanted to flash my Turnigy 9XR that I've just got. So I ordered the AVR programming, USB, ASP, AVR, whatever it is, programming off eBay. And it comes with this 10-pin connector and 10-pin lead that you can see here. But as you can see, we only have a 6-pin one on the 9XR. So what I wanted to do is just take you through on how to make out a cable so you can actually connect your programmer to your 9XR and how to get it upgraded. I started off by taking 2 servo extension leads here, which you can see, and placing them one on top of the other like so, to give me that 6-port configuration, and labeling one of them the top, so that when you put it into the 9XR, you've got an orientation sorted out as to the way it goes. And then just taping those 2 wires together, where they come out here. The other end of the extension leads, I just unpicked the pins from, and placed them for myself, which I had lying around, some of these 5-pin inline connectors here, so that when they come together, obviously you get that 10-pin configuration. Now you don't have to do that, you could leave them single, but if you do, just make sure that they're well isolated and they don't short with each other when you put them into your connector, otherwise you're going to cause a lot of damage somewhere. So the next thing to do is to look at wiring these cables together and getting the ends exactly right here to go into here. Now the 10-pin and the 6-pin are a standard, and what I'll do is I'll put a picture up and I will show you the standard of these connectors, and we'll look at then the cross wiring of them. Now you can see from the cable that I've made up here, you can see the top part going into the 6-pin here, and these top 3 wires, noticing the orange, red and brown coming around, and this top wire goes into this top pin here, orientated this way, and you can see that it runs the opposite way with orange, red, brown, and that'll tie in for the socket, the reset, and the, I think it's either the MOSI or the MOSIM. I can't remember which one of the other ones. Just have a look at that diagram again that I posted up, and you can see the way they're orientated in the top to the top of this one, and then the underlead that comes out the other side. You can see that the red connection, which is the middle connection on the lower part, goes to the end here. And then the bottom connector is just purely power, and this is the one you've got to be careful of. Now I'm just going to turn that the right way up because both of mine are orientated with the gold pins being down. And the orange lead on the bottom one represents the voltage in from the USB, and that is my ground connector. Now I've found that even though the picture says that all these lower pins after the voltage pin are technically ground, this is the one that actually worked best for me, which is the one at the far end there. To flash my 9XR, I ended up using Companion 9X, as you can see here, and I had to set, I've just pulled up the configuration screen from this bit here, and my Turnigy 9XR has got the Atmega 128 version, not the 64 version. You can see the various versions there when you drop them down. The only way to tell, I believe, is you have to open up your transmitter and you have to read what's on the chip to decide which one they've shipped you with. Okay, and that was the EEPE program on its own didn't work, so I used Companion 9X and flashed up my 9XR using the cable I made and the USB, and there we can see ER9X. Now one of the things you will note that when you connect this cable up and your USB adapter, okay, you don't need to power on your 9XR. Leave the power off and providing that you've got this connection right, it will power up your 9XR and it will show a voltage reading on the screen here of about 5 volts. Now that's going to set off your low voltage alarm if you've got it set, and I think the the default standard is 9 volts for the alarm to go off. So it will start beeping at you for battery low when you plug it in. Just go into the settings and turn the alarm off.